Now let's jump into the high school holiday tournaments. Obviously, the big news is coming out of your way, out of Texas.
Yeah.
Number one, Duncanville got to the number one spot by being Montverde at the buzzer at Hoop Hall West in early December. We knew, and I put them to number one after that win, but I knew one of the reasons I put them to number one is because to stay number one was going to be difficult. They got to win the UIL Class 6A title. They got to get through Richardson. They got to get through some other good teams. And obviously, the Whataburger tournament's been around for 64 years. It's one of the best tournaments in the country. And they ended up playing Richardson in the title game. Ani, why don't you tell us what happened and then what transpired from there?
So that Richardson-Duncanville game, when that happened to Mansfield Legacy, that was the game, everybody in Texas and really in the country kind of been waiting on. Yeah. And it was a good game throughout, like 1 to 2 possession game throughout. Casey Wallace, he's coming strong, finishing, doing what he does. Then Duncanville just compilation of, Ronald Holland, Cam Barnes, Eric Demings making threes, Ashton Hardaway, they just keep making their runs as well. So at the end of the third quarter, like probably a minute left in the third quarter, there was like some rumblings going on, and then you see Anthony Black going to the locker room, and we're like, man, what's going on?
What's happening there? Yeah.
So a player I know, he texted me, he said, "Hey, Anthony Black is cleared." So we're in the meeting.
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. So us meeting tape, I said, "Hey, they just told me Anthony Black got cleared." And I'm like, what? And so it's like just a frenzy. No one's even paying attention to the game, right? Like,
yeah, that's got to be kind of like a Twilight Zone, like what is going on here?
Right. And even like you even see the people on the bench at Duncanville that are just turning back like, wait, what's up? Like Anthony Black, Jennifer, she stand up, she's excited. So you're like, oh, wow. So we know he's going to the locker room, but you're still trying to figure out why he hasn't came out yet.
Yeah. Okay.
And so someone was like, "Oh, he needs some size 14 shoes." so because he has some Jordans on.
Yeah.
And so he just keeps the Jordans he had on, and he comes out there. So in the fourth quarter, Duncanville's down 5, and Anthony Black checks in the game.
Wow.
And it was just so crazy. Everyone stand up cheering. Like the Richardson coach, he calls the timeout, calms them down. So
the Richardson coach is probably thinking, "What the world is going on right now?"
You got the players that Richardson say he's ineligible. What's he doing? So
because if you're the Richardson coach and kudos to him, you got to calm your team down. Like, yo, we're in a game. We want to win this game.
Absolutely,
let's not lose track here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So so after the timeout, Duncanville has on the baseline. They run a play for AB. It gets stolen, and Richardson goes and they didn't convert. But anyways, like Duncanville makes a run, they tie it going, and then it goes into overtime. So in overtime, Case and Wallace just took over. Just his shot creation abilities improve so much every time I see him, and Richardson ultimately won. But that Anthony Black game, I don't know if you're like familiar like WWE wrestling. You ever seen like the guys in the getting beat up and stuff, and then like they play the entrance music, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin will come out. Like when I was a kid, he just beat up everybody. That's what I felt like this Anthony Black situation was gonna be. Like just a wrestler coming out just beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah. You think he's gonna check in the game and score like 20 points in the fourth quarter? Yeah.
Right.
With music blaring, like music coming in.